Hi, everyone. It is an honor to be introducing Courtney Ryan to the MSU Denver Hall of Fame. I would also like to congratulate all the other fellow recipients on this prestigious award. My name is Adrianne Pietz, and I was the head women's soccer coach when Courtney was a student athlete. I don't even know where I began, Court. You came to us your freshman year and immediately impacted our program. You were such a phenomenal player in person, and I was so lucky to be your coach. I was just talking to Mike about you, my husband, and saying, if there was one thing that always stood out about Courtney, it was her consistency on the field as a soccer player. She was a gamer. She was feisty, aggressive, competitor, and she showed up to play every day, and especially game time. Her freshman year, we ended up going to the Final Four, and she was very impactful at left back her freshman year. She had a goal and 7 assists as a freshman. It's just unheard of. Her sophomore year, she had 2 goals and 15 assists and was awarded All-American, which was rightfully deserved. She just had this way about her that was almost as if I had never seen it afterwards either, from a freshman or a sophomore or a junior. But the one thing I can say about Courtney is that she was a winner, and off the field, just as good of a personality as on the field. I felt like she was lighthearted, silly, kept everything, I think, in perspective within, being a student athlete, but just was having fun. And it was so fun to be around her all the time because of her personality. And it was kind of infectious and really needed in moments within our team. And also her family, they came to all the home and away games. They were very committed. And in fact, her dad was Metro Man. He was our mascot and dressed up as Metro Man, our superhero, to make sure that we were ready to go every game. It was, like I said, it was such a joy to be your coach while you were at MSU Denver. Not only, though, I can't express enough, your impact for all of us as a player and as a person. And I feel like, there's some people that, irregardless of what they do within their athletic career, they're just extraordinary people. And I believe that Courtney was one of them, or is one of them, I should say. Being an Olympian, probably one of the best wheelchair basketball players in the world, it's just who she is. She's a winner all around, and obviously went through a very hard time after her injury, but to see you excelling in life, I guess I'm not surprised, of course, because you always have been that way and will continue to be that way. And like I said, there's only certain people in this world that are extraordinary, and you are one of them. And you have been one of them since the day I met you. And I'm sure your parents will say since the day you were born, and that's not going to change. I so wish I was there to be there with you today, because, I'm just so happy for you, proud of you, and all of your accomplishments and everything that you have achieved at MSU Denver, but beyond MSU Denver, because it's been very impactful to see you and all that you continue to do. Congratulations. And, I'm so happy for you. And it's an honor. It was an honor to be your coach while you were at MSU Denver. Congratulations.
Thank you all for inviting me out here. I'm really honored to be here with some incredible former alumni, student athletes. It's funny that she said that I was a feisty player, because I actually, other than, the honor of winning a bronze medal, I was ranked #1 for fouls at the Paralympics. So I hold that, I take pride in that. But again, thank you all so much for being here, for allowing me to be here, and it's an honor. So I was, as she said, a former athlete from 2008 to 2010, and as you can see, I had quite the unique career. I didn't win a title, although we came very close, Final Four. We got our butts kicked, but that's history and it happens, right? And didn't even get to finish all 4 years of my soccer career here. But I have to give thanks to my Roadrunner family, because if it weren't for them, I don't think I would be as successful in my career in adaptive athletics as I am now. So basically, in 2010, woke up one morning and my legs felt numb and tingly, and I figured, oh, we've been practicing a lot, I'm sure it'll go away, it's fine. And as the, athlete that most of us are, when you have an injury, you don't really say anything, right? Because you want to compete, you want to play, and you don't want to have to sit the bench because you're injured. So of course, I was that typical athlete in that moment. That night, we were traveling to a tournament, and Adrianne came up to me and was like, hey, we have some injuries, you're going to be playing forward. So I was like, forward? I've played left fullback my entire career up until I was young. You're going to put me up in forward right now? So already that night was starting off strange for me, right? So 20 minutes into the game, I was running for the ball. I got slide tackled from behind. Legs flew up in the air, and I landed on my back, and I had a blood clot burst at the time. And that was the moment where I became a paraplegic at the level T8, T9. It was a tough transition. It was a hard transition, and I was very fortunate to have not only my immediate family, but my former teammates and my coaching staff there along the way the entire time while I was doing rehabilitation at Craig Hospital. After I completed my rehabilitation at Craig, I decided to try to stick it out for a little bit longer, stay with my Roadrunner family, but then I really kind of quickly realized, you know what, I need to go home. I need to figure out this new life journey that I'm on and figure out what else is out there for me. And that's when the trajectory of my life really changed. And again, I got to give thanks to my family and my teammates that encouraged me to enter the world of adaptive athletics. And this is the moment where Chris, my brother, told me that I have to give him a special shout out. So here is your special shout out. Christopher Ryan, thank you. Thank you for encouraging me to be in adaptive athletics. And they really helped me find that joy and love for sports again, for wheelchair basketball. And in 2012, I gained my identity back as a student athlete. I was able to continue my career at University of Arizona. Bear down, I know we're Roadrunners, but hey, it's okay, right? You can boo me if you want, that's fine. But I continued my career at University of Arizona, and some of the things that I wasn't able to accomplish while I was here as a Roadrunner, I was able to do as a Wildcat. I won a national title in 2014. I was MVP in that year as well, and I've gotten to be on the largest stage and compete at the Paralympic Games. And I learned so many lessons here when I was at Metro, not just from the coaching staff, not just from the athletic directors at the time, but also my teammates. I learned the idea of team camaraderie. That's so important when you're in a team sport or just in an individual team sport. Like, you have to have that team camaraderie to be successful. I learned grit. As she said, I was a very feisty player. And as I said, I'm a very feisty player now. So that is something else that I was able to carry over into this career of adaptive athletics. And finally, just having love and joy for the sport that you play is so important. You have to have passion. You have to have love for what you do, or it's not going to take you as far. And fortunately, I was able to learn a lot of those lessons here at Metro State. And once a Roadrunner, always a Roadrunner, and I appreciate the continued support and the continued people that have followed me throughout these years during my career. But thanks again, and go Roadrunners.